Hello, hi, and welcome back to another video all about ADHD. This girl just can't stop talking about it. Is that too cringe of an intro? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but AI has been taking over the world, and it's super frightening. And there is this epidemic now of people using ChatGPT and other AI systems as therapists or ADHD or autism coaches and trying to get life advice from computers that are soulless. And it's very interesting to me. I have someone very, 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 very close in my life that does this, and it is mind-boggling to me. And I wanted to investigate a little bit. I have a very complicated relationship with AI. If you were the type of person that does not like generative AI in any form because of the environmental impacts, I hear you. I understand you. It's incredibly bad for the environment. I struggle with it because it's also such a helpful tool for a lot of neurodivergent people. And so it's a huge challenge. My hope is that one day there is a way to use generative AI to support and help and accommodate people without destroying our planet. Like, that would be incredible if that was plausible, but we're just not there right now. So let me make one thing clear. This is not a video condoning and telling you to use ChatGPT. Instead, what I want to do today is test, can ChatGPT tell me how to have an ADHD reset day? Because I have just come out of this surgery. I'm in recovery right now. I had a double knee surgery about a month ago. And I noticed that this week was the first week that my hyperactivity has been off the rails, and I finally have the energy and ability to do something about it. And now, usually, I would sit down with my therapist or an ADHD coach, and I'd say, what can I do about this? Let's create some strategies and some plans. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people also can't afford to get a therapist or use an ADHD coach. And so ChatGPT might possibly be your only option. It's a really complicated space that we're in right now. And so I'm trying not to hold judgment to people that do use ChatGPT, but I also think it is incredibly harmful to trust a soulless being to tell you how to take care of your body. My assumption going into this is that there's no way that ChatGPT can be personal enough to me and my circumstances to really understand in depth what is important for me to try and to utilize today as I am trying to reset my system. I have an autism-focused therapist that I see once a month or so, and this would be a great discussion for her because she knows me probably better than anybody else on this planet. And so she could give me a really personalized idea of how to maybe reset my nervous system and my ADHD right now, just to get me back on track. Can ChatGPT do the same thing? Today we're going to test that out, but to counter the amount of water that is being used for the prompt that I am using today, I am going to be making a donation, and I'm going to put this here to counteract the negatives of the act that I am doing today. I know some people are not going to be happy with this video, and this is where we're at. So I'm choosing to be okay with that, and hoping that this video is really like an experiment for us to see, can ChatGPT support me, or is human the better way to go? I think we all know the answer, but let's find out, shall we? Good morning. It is time for our 24-hour ADHD reset. Before doing any of the suggestions, I did just do my morning pee, brush my teeth, I did my skincare, I brushed my hair. I do those every single morning because it just allows me to feel like a human. Let's see what ChatGPT suggested. The first thing that it suggested was when you wake up, before having any other drinks, hydrate. The reason why is it says dehydration worsens brain fog and fatigue. Water first thing signals to your brain that it's time to start fresh. I don't know if that specific wording like makes a ton of sense. Water first thing signals to your brain that it's time to start fresh. I don't think that that is what's happening there, but I do think that hydrating first thing in the morning makes a ton of sense. So we're gonna do that. It did then suggest to eat a real breakfast, so protein, carbs, and fat. My partner gets up every morning and goes to work way before I do anything. And so he actually woke me up this morning to breakfast, bless his heart. We had scrambled eggs and some meat inside of it, plus hash browns. So I think we covered all of the bases with that one. The reason why it says it's important to eat a real breakfast is because blood sugar crashes mimic ADHD symptoms. Balanced meals help stabilize focus, energy, and emotional regulation. That feels silly because, babes, I already got ADHD. I got the symptoms.
My problem is not that blood sugar is mimicking those symptoms. I think the challenge really is that when you do not fuel yourself, you don't have the energy to take care of yourself and like get through an entire day. So that's usually why I say eat breakfast in the morning, but all right, ChatGPT. The two next things it says that we're gonna do is to move your body. I do appreciate that in brackets it says gently counts. I like that. Gives the examples of walking outside, stretching, doing yoga, dance to one song. And the reason is because physical movement boosts dopamine and norepinephrine, the exact neurotransmitters ADHD brains use to focus and regulate their mood. This one actually feels like it makes sense. I always highly suggest to like the clients I work with and to friends and family and stuff to move your body first thing in the morning. And right now I have to. I had knee surgery 5 weeks ago and I have to do my physio every morning, so we're gonna do that one anyways. And the final thing it says is to set a simple intention for the day. Why? ADHD brains crave clarity. I think that's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable statement. I think most brains crave clarity though, but anyways, the example it gives is today I'm recharging and getting organized because it's enough direction to reduce overwhelm. A little broad for my tastes. I find that when I set really broad intentions, I feel overwhelmed by the amount of options that fit within that intention. So personally, setting an intention like that doesn't always work, but for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna try it. I'm trying to be open-minded. So what we're gonna do now is move to the living room. I'm gonna hydrate and move my body. Let's do it.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I am actually a very musical person. I grew up playing instruments and singing, but one instrument I never learned was the guitar. And I've always wanted to learn how to play guitar. I even own one, but alas, it was 2 years ago that I bought it, and I know 2 chords. So that is where today's sponsor comes in, LiberLive. I know this doesn't look like a whole guitar is inside, but there is. See, I told you. LiberLive created the first ever stringless guitar so that anyone of any skill level and age can play. It also folds up super small so you can travel with it easily, whereas a full-ass guitar is way too big for most trips. The barrier of entry to learning a new instrument can frequently be enough for us ADHDers to avoid even trying it. My acoustic guitar was extremely frustrating, and I gave up very quickly. But LiberLive allowed me to play the guitar within minutes of unboxing it. That instant gratification is super ADHD friendly. So here's a little run through of the guitar, and maybe at the end, I'll play a little song. I guess we'll see. So I'm just gonna turn it on. That is telling us it is on. Now, all of the chords you can see on the side here, and all you need to do is lightly tap the chord that you want to play. And then you can either choose the strum option or the finger picking option like this. You can also play in different keys by tuning the guitar at the top to whatever key the song is that you want to play. And you'll never believe it, but there is even a drum kit so you can be a one-man band. Okay, it's time for me to sing you a song. If I were a one-man band, my band name would be The Honeys. But apparently, upon Googling, that's already been taken by like a band in the 60s. So if you have alternative suggestions for my band, comment them below. We know that music is super regulating, and being a part of that music can be anxiety reducing and help get rid of some of that excess energy you might be holding on to. Now, LiberLive have kindly offered us all a discount code, so if you want to get that, check the description below. And they come in different colors so you can customize your experience to you. So fun. One of the first things I like to do in the morning is turn all of my lights on and just make sure that my space feels bright and awake. And I also change out of my pajamas first thing into another cozy outfit, especially on a day like today where I have off. It just allows my brain to get adjusted to like, it's awake time. Not a suggestion from ChatGPT. That's a suggestion from me. Also, look, I'm down to just one crutch. Tell me you're proud of me. Tell me you're proud of me like my father never did. Okay, let's go. I find that my interest in water is pretty much zero unless there's something else making me excited for it. And right now, the Mio like squirt 0-calorie bottles are doing a wonderful job of that for me. Well, conveniently there are scissors here and a package to be opened. Before I show you what I bought, I want you to guess, because I feel like if you know me, you know what I bought. The first thing that I got
was vitamin D, because I'm not able to spend a lot of time outdoors right now just because of my leg situation, which means that I think I'm not getting enough vitamin D. I also live in Vancouver. It's rainy as f outside right now. There's no sun. Hello? I'm probably gonna be missing the sun for the next 4 months, so. You used to have these as a kid, and you're just like, The second thing I got should be no surprise whatsoever. It's a book. I got Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I have heard such incredible things about this book. I'm so excited about this. Okay, I have listened to 3 chapters of Alchemy of Secrets, and I did my little intentional journaling this morning. I have been really loving doing journaling completely differently and doing a little bit more artsy-fartsy type stuff. So we've now done all of the things ChatGPT suggested for the morning. The next set of things that we're gonna do is midday as it recommended. So I think I'm just gonna read for a bit, chill out. I've got my nice vibes on, and see if anything's calling to me before then. I guess we'll see. Hello, hi. I just did a tiny little bit of work and decided that today I'm gonna do a live stream. That's gonna be happening at around 1, so I just need to make sure that I do my midday check-in prior to then. So I thought maybe let's look at what that's gonna be. So according to ChatGPT, the best way to reset yourself in the middle of the day is by resetting your space. It's given us 3 things to do. The first one is do a 15-minute visual reset. The suggestion it gives is like clearing your desk, your counter, or your bed. And it says why to do this is because clutter equals cognitive load. A cleaner space helps your brain relax and focus. And I agree with this. I think this is a totally fair thing to suggest. I often will do a body reset halfway through the day. I'll brush my teeth, I'll change my outfit, sometimes I'll just take a shower even and just like reset my experience within my body. Feels like that would connect me better to myself than resetting my space, but that's okay, I'm gonna do it anyways. The second thing it says to do is do a load of laundry or dishes. Do 1 task to completion. Okay. The reason it says to do that is completing a tangible task provides a dopamine hit and builds momentum. And I think that's super fair. I'm surprised that it doesn't. None of these suggestions for the midday is around food or water or any of those things. I guess it assumes that you're doing these things anyways. But I think that makes sense. It's a really hard thing to do in the middle of the day, like deciding to do a task that you don't want to do. But it does make a big difference for the afternoon from my experience, so I'll do it. And the final one is reset your environment cues, which I'm not entirely sure how that differs from a visual reset. I don't know. It gives the examples of changing your bed sheets, opening your windows, light a candle, switch your playlists. And the reason being is it says sensory resets help ADHD brains feel new day, new start, breaking the monotony loop that leads to paralysis. And I think that's very similar to what I was kind of saying, like changing your sensory experience in the middle of the day. So, okay, I'm on board with that. We're gonna give these a try and see how that goes. So midday reset, here we go. So like I mentioned earlier, the one thing I needed to do today is I'm going out to visit a friend very quickly to drop some stuff off. So I'm gonna go do that now. And I actually think this is a really good way to get a visual reset by leaving the house, by doing that. So I actually think that I'm gonna count this as the first part of my midday reset that ChatGPT has suggested for me. And then we're gonna go do the next 2 things after that. So let's go for a drive.
His smile had vanished, his eyes had lost their spark, and she had seen the demons that had ruined.
Is that you? Holy heck. I'm coming. Slowly. But surely. Oops. I've made it home, And according to ChatGPT, now is the time for me to do something productive for 15 minutes. So I do have a full load of dishes that need to be put away. So I'm going to do that now. And then it suggested doing those sensory changes. So I think after this, I'm probably gonna do like my hair and my makeup, which I've not done yet today, because I do have plans this evening. So I'm thinking that might be good enough. I don't know, I didn't get too specific or ask more questions or anything about what I might want to do. So we're just gonna give that a try and see. Here we are filming doing our live stream. This is me live right now. There is what they're watching because there's a slight delay. Here it is. This is the setup, and I am in a banana costume. So I'm currently live streaming right now. You can actually, if you were watching the live stream, you can see me recording myself. Anyways, I kind of forgot that I was doing this, and then I got a message from my moderator that was a reminder that I needed to be on this, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I kind of very, very quickly grabbed everything I needed to grab, had no time to film anything, and put my banana fit on, and then jumped on. So I am going to now transfer all the footage that I have from the start of this video, put it on my computer, and start doing some work. I did give the ChatGPT prompt today, a pretty open-ended prompt about give me like a day's worth of things to do to reset my ADHD. But I found that it really only gave me a morning, midday, and an evening. And so there's pockets of time that are like, what do I do at that time? And I really value like having a lot of options, and it didn't really give me that. So this is a fine way to spend my day. Oh, it's Halloween, by the way. Don't know if you noticed that, it's Halloween. Anyways, let's live stream. Okay, so I've just finished live streaming, and now I want to relax. I would like to take a nap maybe for a little bit. I also can start editing this YouTube video that I'm literally doing right now. So far, my perspective of this ChatGPT suggestions of the day is they're super generic, they're not personalized whatsoever, and it will require a lot of time for me to invest into ChatGPT and make a huge environmental impact, and tell them my entire life story, whereas sitting down with a human and creating human connection, I feel like is much more natural. And so the exact things that I got in this prompt for today are just broad and like don't really speak to me as an individual, because if I were talking to my therapist about today, she probably would suggest having scheduled like a nap or a reset past midday with how I'm doing right now. But at the same time, the suggestions aren't necessarily harmful. The ones that I saw aren't necessarily harmful. So that's kind of where I'm standing right now. And I am curious to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Again, like I said, I know that people do not like ChatGPT or AI systems. And so I want to hear why, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. And what are our solutions? Like, what do we do about this? How do we get people off of ChatGPT, getting therapy and support and stuff from a robot, and get them in person with people? Because I really do think that is so harmful. This can be so harmful, but for some people, it might feel like their only choice. So what do we do? How do we fix that? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to just hang out in the garden for a little bit, and then go chill for a little bit. So let's do that. Also, this is not me endorsing gardening for everyone. It's a personal choice, and it's legal where I am. Just a note. So it's the next day. My bad. I went and laid down for a nap, and this has been pretty consistent for me in terms of my healing journey. Taking naps has been a lot more common, and my rest of the evening was totally shot by that, and ended up kind of quickly having to get ready and then do my evening fun time stuff. So I didn't film anymore, but I think the things that I was saying in the last clip really sum up how I'm feeling about ChatGPT and AI and our solutions around it. And one other thing that I wanted to point out is, one, there is something now called AI psychosis, because people are becoming so grossly entangled into AI systems, highly suggest looking into it. The second is I watched this video by Eddie Burback and I was absolutely obsessed with it. He did such a wonderful job at outlining why AI can be so incredibly harmful. But the one note that I wanted to take from his video to put in here is that AI, like ChatGPT, is designed to try to please you as a customer, which means if you make grandiose statements about yourself, the AI systems are trained to agree with you and be complacent. And so if you go into AI and you go, oh my God, these are the symptoms that I'm feeling, I am this, the likelihood that your ChatGPT system is gonna go, you're right, you have hit the nail on the head. And that can be so harmful because it's essentially just another way to get confirmation bias. So this is where I'm leaving you with today. I'm really, really curious to hear your thoughts on this. And as always, I am so proud of you for putting in the work to yourself because no one else is gonna do it for you. And yeah, so it's pretty cool that you're doing it for yourself. I love you so much. Thank you for sticking with me through this weird video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.